Alright, as a result, Yella Beezy was arrested for the murder of Dallas rapper Mode 3 just over a month ago on March 18th of this year. His fear attracted media coverage. Since everyone started talking about it, I haven't seen many updates, so I thought we could go over everything that has happened in the case and what's going to happen next, right? We can restart our films on time now that I'm in a new residence. I apologize for taking a few days off. I was moving and spending time with my family. Over the past few days, I have been grateful for your understanding and patience. Yellowy was officially charged with capital murder on March 18th, 2025, and an arrest warrant was issued for him. As you can see from the arrest warrant, the offense was charged with indictment in Dallas court, and compensation was then sent to the grand jury because this matter was referred by the grand jury. In this case, recompense is being offered in exchange for the same crime, capital murder. Furthermore, it declares that the Dallas, Texas State Grand Jury was duly established during the January session of Criminal District Court number 4, and that it appeared before the court at the specified indicating that on or around November 11th, 2020, in Dallas County, Texas, Maris Conway, who is Yellowy here, called the defendant and thereafter willingly and deliberately killed Melvin Noble. Mode 3 individual Melvin Noble was formerly known as the Dead by employing Keywan White to murder the Dead in return for money and the promise of money, specifically US dollars, from Maris Conway. And in line with that agreement, Keywan White killed Mo 3 there by intentionally shooting him with a gun. Yes, and I know that some of you don't know what that means. It basically means exchanging money for a service. We watched video of Yellowy at the Dallas intake after he was arrested, and he was indicted in this case because the service was murderous. Furthermore, there have been several developments to begin with. Keywan White was interviewed in a jailhouse a few weeks ago. When I brought this up on the channel, he basically said that he didn't care about it because he thought he would be going home soon. There were rumors that Keywan White or another suspected person may have been involved due to another individual charged shortly after Mo 3's death in 2020. His name was Devin Brown. In any event, since neither of these men has been convicted for it, the murder of Mo 3, despite being detained 5 years ago, there were rumors that one of them might have been speaking. Regardless, we had that development where Keywan White said he felt like he will soon be going home. Then we saw him live from jail again, basically saying the same thing.
I've been home soon, for real, no cap.
Let me see this. What's that it? We back?
Because Keywan White is now serving a federal sentence for firearm violations for which he was found guilty outside of the Mode 3 murder case. People were rather surprised and confused by this revelation. As he awaits his Mode 3 trial, he remains incarcerated on those counts, stating that he would be going back home soon, which left everyone a little confused. After then, we saw the court in this case actually issue a bond to Yella Beezy. She ordered that his bond be set at $2 million at first, along with many extremely strict conditions, such wearing an ankle look, as he was not allowed to speak to any of the co-defendants or witnesses in this case. It seems that Yella Beezy was unable to pay the $2 million bond, even though I am aware that he was given bond. $2 million is a substantial amount of money even for a well-known rapper. Therefore, they made a proposal to reduce the relationship. I have a copy of it here. There is a motion to reduce bail. Come now, honorable court, it declares. Maris Conway, the defendant in the aforementioned case, asked the court to reduce his bail. Furthermore, his support for this motion shows that when the defendant was arrested on a charge of capital murder payment on March 20th, 2025, following an investigation by the Dallas Police Department after the Dallas Police Department sent the matter to the Dallas County Grand Jury for a grand jury referral, the indictment was delivered on March 18th. The petitioner was taken into custody on March 20th. The Dallas County magistrate granted $2 million bond in restitution for the capital murder charge. Because of this, the bail that the applicant is required to deposit under such an order is exorbitant, which is against both the 8th Amendment and Article 17 of the U.S. Constitution of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, which explicitly prohibits the use of the power to impose bail as an oppressive tactic. Indeed, they assert that there is no flight risk associated with the application. He was born and raised in Dallas County. In Dallas County, he has enough contacts.community, and Dallas County is where he attended school. He has spent his entire life in Dallas County with his family. As a result, the applicant respectfully requested that the court convene a hearing and reduce the bond to $250,000. The bail should be reduced from $2 million to $250,000. The magistrate noticed this behavior and arranged for Yella Beezy to arrive so she could decide. They show up for court. The judge reduces the bond from $250,000 to $750,000, which is significant. It sliced it at least in half. Yella Beezy was able to post bind as a result. Consequently, he is, in fact, they are currently out of jail as we speak on bond. However, all of the conditions she listed remained in effect, and she primarily blamed the state's lack of supporting documents for her decision to reduce this bond.
Pretty egregious to watch that video. But the court also took into consideration the evidence or lack of evidence that the state presented. We had to have no contact, direct or indirect, no threatening or harassment of any victim, witness, co-defendant. Do you understand that?
Watching the video to which she was alluding was highly offensive. It depicts Mo 3 getting out of his car, sprinting to the passenger side, running away, and the gunman pursuing him. During his original bond hearing, this video was displayed. Nonetheless, the judge lowered his bond, enabling his release. Prosecution now argues that Yella Beezy bribed someone to pull the trigger, rather than that he did so. Consequently, subpoenas were issued shortly after his release, requesting records from American Airlines, PNC Bank, his bank, and many more private subpoenas, perhaps because the information they get will be personal. In order to protect everyone's information, they submitted some of them despite the fact that they are confidential. After that, they submitted a request to the prosecution to release discovery rights or to expose any evidence they may have. In essence, they want the prosecution to disclose any information or items of mitigating evidence or exculpatory impeachment in essence. They are curious about the government's opposition to Yella Beezy, ownership, custody, or authority of the state or any other law enforcement organization that might in any way deny his guilt or the defendant's evidence. In order to alter the conditions of the Yella Beezy he is buying, they then filed this motion right here. Come now, Maris Conway or Yella Beezy in the above styled was all he really asked for, but he wanted to change it because he's already out of bound numbered cause through his attorney respectfully requests that the court change the conditions of the defendant's bond. It claims that as part of the terms of Maris Conway's bond, the magistrate court judge ordered his house confinement at his primary residence on March 21st, 2025. In order to attend his child's football games, the defendant respectfully requests permission to leave his house for a brief period of time. This motion is intended to allow the defendant to attend an important family event, which is perfect, benefit of the kid, and will promote consistency and continued family participation. There are currently no violations on the electronic monitor, and Yella Beezy has complied completely with all of the terms and conditions of the court's bond order. He therefore didn't ask for much. Being charged with capital murder is problematic since all he wants is to be able to go to his kid's football game. Despite the fact that it is a serious infraction, the government does not want you to leave. Hope that anything like this will happen again. Additionally, despite his and his attorney's courteous requests, the judge ultimately denied it. What follows? Will a trial be required for Yella Beezy? He will have to confront these accusations in front of a jury unless he consents. The trial's completion date is yet unknown. In order to establish a trial date for any of this, the government is probably still looking for evidence, and his defense is definitely still awaiting discovery. Assemble a compelling defense for him, but he will remain under home arrest and watched until the trial is scheduled. Yella Beezy has returned to social media. He published the song In My Head 2 weeks ago on April 15th, suggesting that he is trying to sustain his career. But in the end, this is a serious accusation. The charge in the state of Texas is murder. Texas is known for being very harsh when it comes to murder charges. If proven guilty of this crime, Yella Beezy is thinking about spending the rest of his life behind bars. Prison. In an effort to link Yella Beezy to the other two guys who were arrested, Devin Brown and Kewan White, who have both been incarcerated. Since 2020, few weeks after Mo 3 was shot, prosecutors at the bound hearing have now revealed that they have witnesses who would testify. They will also have to stand trial, and as you are all well know, when several parties are involved in a case like this, the chances of someone folding are significantly increased since nobody wants to deal with the inconvenience of going to trial. At the end of the day, life in prison, authorities assert that they can link Devin Brown and Kewan White to the murder site of Mo 3 by using phone data. In terms of motivation, I have no doubt that the prosecution will argue that Yella Beezy's hatred for MO3 dates back years and served as the impetus for this. It is obvious that Kewan White and Devin Brown were motivated by money. Well, that's what we got. So yet, that is the only development in the Yella Bee case. We must wait to see when the trial is scheduled, and then we won't know the outcome of this until the trial is done, of course. But that's what we have, friend. Please leave your comments below with your thoughts on all of this. Guys, that's all there is to the video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed it. Additionally, you can press the notification bell to get alerts each time I upload a new video. As always, working with all of you has been enjoyable.